the green one, the big green ball can't do damage to you when it touches you. Annie, look, I'm holding it. Soon he'll come.
Good morning, girls. You don't like this mud, do ya? Hi, Cooper. Hello, friends. Welcome to our channel, Creating Essence. I'm Megan. Thanks for stopping by. It's Daylight Savings Day. Sunday. Right now, I think it's about 11-ish. It gets so confusing. We're playing hooky from church today because hubby just felt like he couldn't do it today, which is fine. So we decided to get some stuff done. I think spring has finally arrived. It has been a bit colder than normal, but a lot rainier than normal, which has put a damper on our spring. But today is supposed to be a high of 71 and sunny after this rain from overnight clears out. And then it's supposed to be in the 50s and 60s and sunny the whole rest of the week. And that is our springtime. So today we are knocking out a really important project, and that is finishing the raspberry beds. The forsythia are blooming. I'm so excited. They are one of the first things to show signs of spring around here. And I've got a crying kid, so let's go deal with that. All right, we've got the goods going on the raspberry bed. They are expert wood chippers at this point. Even Ella in her fancy clothes. Because when Mama says, "You're ready for some yard work," she says, "Okay." And she's ready for yard work in her ruffly skirt.
Although I'm not cold.
I'm glad you're not cold.
Mama.
Yes, honey.
Filled up. No, it's not.
Almost. There's more room. That's all right. Come on over here. Let's get the bed marked out, okay?
Okay. Mulch.
It's a puddle. In the driveway. There you go. Someone with rain boots splashes in the puddle.
I don't want to get my clothes dirty.
That's a good
Anyways,
idea.
this one, it has white and gray on it.
Okay, so we have this raspberry bed on this side of the driveway, and we want to make one on this side of the driveway. So first thing we're gonna do is measure how far from the edge of the driveway that raspberry bed starts, so that we can do the other one the same distance. And then we're gonna measure the slope from the edge of the bed there to the center of the ditch, so that it will all be, even if it's not perfectly symmetrical on the front because of the curve of the road there in our land, it will at least be symmetrical in measurements, maybe? Okay. Gaby, take this to the edge of the bed, right in the middle.
Right here?
Yeah. 127 inches. All right, good job.
Yep.
I think. Good. Ella, can you hold it?
Come on, guys.
Okay, 69. Okay.
Wait, back to the outside.
Yep. Alright. Move it. Look. Hold that, please.
These bears, cause
Alright, I need something to cut this with. Alright, we have it marked out. The problem is, when you're working with kids, their interpretation of instructions are different. You see that? Isn't that nice? This looks straight from here, right? It's a little different with the curve of the land. So, now I think, thank you for the stick, buddy. Because of the curve in our street here.
there's a car coming. Look.
Yep, get out of the ditch, honey, there's a car coming. I think because of the curve in our street here, we need to give the bed a curve because our land curves. So instead of going straight, we're going to need to give it a bit of a curve. Alright. So it needs to move. Alright, let go.
Can I go and put these in the fire pit?
Yes, thank you.
Mama.
So about here.
Mama.
Yes, honey.
Someone should.
Will you hold on to this one?
Hi, Kubi.
Okay.
Hi, Kubi. Kubi, come. Alright, Kubi.
There we go. Yep. Now that is so much better. This bed is about 69 inches from the center of the ditch to the edge of the bed. This, from our line here, is 99 inches from the center of the ditch to the center of the bed, but it should even out once the bed is actually built. So now, we get building the bed.
Yeah!
What's the first step in making a back to Eden garden style bed?
Putting cardboard and paper down.
That's right. It's cardboard time. You can use brown paper or cardboard. We go with cardboard most often because that's what we have the most access to. But there's a little brown paper sprinkled in here and there. What is ideal and strictly back to Eden is if you put down newspaper and top it by 8 to 12 inches of compost. Our goal, we do use the back to Eden method, but with beds like this we are slightly modified because number one, we don't have access this time of year to a lot of compost. So what we tend to do is put down that first layer of paper or cardboard to compost, kill and compost down the grass, and then we top it with wood chips to help that decomposition and also keep the weeds from growing up through it. And then we will continue throughout the summer and every year after, layering on really heavy compost in the summertime and then topping it with wood chips every single year. And that does break down into those classic back to Eden really fertile layers. We just have to start it a bit differently around here. When we need to actually plant into it, we dig down into the dirt beneath it and fill the hole of whatever we're planting there with a lot of compost. And so far it's worked really well for our blueberries and our orchard, so we just continue. Right here. Ella, help with the cardboard, please. Alright guys, bring over wood chips.
Okay. You're moving straight up to it. Aaron, stop it. You're gonna ruin the No! You're gonna ruin the Okay, stop.
Let's go. Come on.
Alright.
cleaned it. We are often the outcasts of our neighborhood because we are suburban and we tend to not mow our lawn, so these things get rather long because we want to make sure that the bees have plenty to eat, especially in these first weeks of spring before everything else is really in bloom. So our lawn can look a little unsightly compared to the rest of the neighborhood. Go back for me? I have a new pal now. How you doing, Solly? He was really mad inside. And Daddy was not able to help him feel happy, nor was he willing to, Daddy wasn't willing, Solly was not willing to put his shoes on and come outside. So, we don't have shoes on. Can you see that? Sucks. This is how we get things done. We're making good progress. We're probably about half done. So it's looking good. You're okay. Oh, our cardboard pile's getting a little low though, surprisingly. We're doing pretty well.
Hey, Stinky says. What was going on, Stinky says? I'm happy. Here you go.
Yes. Sleep station's on that side. This bed is a bit more narrow than this bed, but that is because as we add compost and more layers of wood chips, it not only gets taller, but it also gets wider. The bed over there is just laying the footprint for what we will continue to build out over the summer. Look! It's the little baby raspberry coming up. We are all done. It's looking amazing. I am so excited to have this big project done, to finish expanding our edible landscape in front of the house. We're going to be putting up a neat trellis system in the coming months, and we're going to give all that a chance to settle, and then we'll be putting in the raspberry plants. Thank you so much for sticking around with us today, friend. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more like this. Bye-bye.